Kukrudu. 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 Fellow Kukrodites, before I start, I ask that we all observe a minute's silence for our brother, Enes Yaokumi, our MP for Akotia, who passed away recently, and for all the others who have lost their lives in the service of our great party. May their souls rest in peace. Let me start by expressing my most profound gratitude to those of you here and those watching from across the country for joining me as we embark on this journey, not for myself, but for our nation and our party. It is with a deep sense of purpose that I announce formally my bid to be retained as the flag bearer of the new patriotic party for the 2028 general elections. I offer myself for a second time to bear the flag of the NPP into this election after having listened extensively to the demands of the party and the nation. Since 1947, our forebears have played the most impactful role in Ghana's history. Whenever it has mattered the most, we have been at the forefront of providing leadership and showing the character that has ignited passion and energy among the people of Ghana. From the days of Dankwa, Dombo, Buzia, Bafo Akoto, Edward Akufo-Addo, our tradition demonstrated deep intellect during the fight for independence. The traits of selflessness and humility were evident in the genes of patriots. In the days of Victor Owusu, we demonstrated respect for all persons. And in the days of Edubuahim, we showed the spirit of courage, rising up to the challenge of oppressors' rule. In the days of Kufuor, we showed emotional intelligence and the spirit of inclusion. And in the days of Akufo-Addo, we showed foresight and resilience. The NPP and Ghana are demanding for a leader who embodies the values of this tradition: deep intellect, humility, respect for all persons, unity, courage, foresight, and resilience. Dear citizens, as the NPP is looking for a leader who embodies the character of this party's tradition and the values of our forebears, I, Mahamudu Bawumia, offer myself to lead the party for the 2028 elections. Because I have the integrity, the competence, the compassion, the humility, and the values not only required to lead the party but to lead the country. This election is an election not only for flag bearer of our party, but it is an election for the soul of this party. The choice we make on January 31st will determine whether or not this party will hold on to the values that make us great, or become a new party focused on deepening the chasm between the rich and the poor. I am offering myself to be elected as flag bearer because I believe we owe a duty to this party to give her a choice to put forward the most prepared candidate for the 2028 election. and the most prepared person to be president in 2029. In the last 16 years, I've had the privilege of joining each and every constituency at least 5 times to work hard on the ground and campaign and work for the NPP. Just like the thousands of you who may not have had all the money in the world to throw at the party, all my sweat, my reputation, my knowledge, and my person have been dedicated to working with you for the success of the party. As a result of this, there is no village or hamlet or city or town where Mahamudu Bawumia's face and name are not known. I owe this party a duty that if we are to win 2028, we ought not to start afresh from zero. Instead, we ought to build on the nearly 42% of valid votes and work to cross the 50% mark in the next election. I have also had the distinct privilege of serving as vice president and supporting the president and the government in our last administration with ideas that have significantly impacted the lives of millions of our people. This is what the streets refer to as being rich in ideas. The initiatives I advocated for in our time today are making impact in people's lives. The rich, innovative, and practical ideas that I successfully championed and saw to implementation include the Bank of Ghana's Gold Purchase Program, the first in Africa, the Gold for Oil Program, the first in Africa, the accelerated issuance of the Ghana card, mobile money interoperability, the first in Africa, the Ghana Digital Property Address System, the first in Africa, Agenda 111, one constituency, one ambulance, the Zipline drone delivery service, the largest in the world, the universal QR code payment system, the No, which is the first in Africa, the No Guarantor student loans, Ghana.gov, the Citizens app, NHIS registration and renewal on your mobile phone, the rental assistance scheme, the Zongo Development Fund, individualized credit scoring, paperless ports, electric buses, e-gates at Kotoka International Airport, and the digitalization of medical records across all district, regional, and teaching hospitals in Ghana, amongst others. The implementation of these practical policy initiatives has resulted in many people saying that I have been the most effective vice president in Ghana's history. This implies that given the opportunity, I can equally become one of the most effective presidents in Ghana as we go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I demonstrate my strength by getting results, not by making noise or by insulting or by bragging about money. The combined effect of how well Bawumia is known today and my experience as vice president make me the most prepared person for the NPP's quest for the 2028 election and governance in 2029. Fellow Kukudites, in the words of Kofi Abrefa Bruzia, The qualification to be a success in Ghana's politics includes a large capacity to stomach all sorts of attacks. I am not oblivious to the fact that the NDC and lately elements within our own family subject me to daily attacks. In fact, I expect that there will be more attacks in the coming months and years. But I have learned, if I have learned anything from history, it includes the fact that a man must be formidable so that no matter the adversity, he stands tall, focused, and resolute. All that can be held at me have already been attacked. As the days are going by, time has shown great vindication. The Bank of Ghana, the IMF, and even the NDC kingpins are now admitting on many matters that Bawumia was right. What more can they say about me now? In our history, when all has been said of a candidate and yet he remains standing, victory is the logical next step that awaits him. The Akans have a saying that Openyi due mate mante. To wit, a wise leader must at times appear aloof, yet when it is required, be willing to take the difficult decisions. That is who I am. I am cool on the outside, but do not underestimate my inner resolve. That is what I bring to the leadership of the NPP and the leadership of Ghana. That is what makes a leader balanced and formidable. Dear delegates, the most important desire in the hearts of all our colleagues is a win in 2028. We have to put our best foot forward as we rebuild our party towards that election. To win in 2028, we must not just talk unity, we must live it. The repeated attacks by our own party folks on one another is absolutely unhelpful. What we say against each other, the NDC will use against us in 2028. If you claim you are a true patriot and want this party to win in 2028, then stop it. Don't lecture us about how blue your blood is. Let your actions show. Stop the internal attacks now. Stop the religious and tribal attacks now. We lost 2024 elections after introducing many good programs. Unfortunately, due mostly to the economic pain that many of our citizens felt, the NDC managed to convince them with lofty promises to stay away or vote against us. We have learned our lessons. I assure you that these lessons will be put to good use when we return to office in 2029. However, it is becoming evident that the NDC does not intend to fulfill the lofty promises they made to Ghanaians in their quest for power. The promise to pay cocoa farmers at least 6,000 Ghana cedis is one they don't intend to keep. The promise to institute a state of emergency and repeal LI 2462 to fight galamsey is one they do not intend to keep. The setup of the gold board to execute the gold purchase program is already unraveling, as miners are reluctant to sell their gold due to the unattractive prices of it. Remittances have reduced by 50% as a result of the misalignment in the exchange rate across the different foreign exchange markets. The promise to allow free expression is one they do not intend to keep. They promised to triple jobs and create new ones through the 24-hour economy. But it is evident that it was just a political gimmick. What the NPP and Ghana needs is a strong party that can hold the government accountable for these promises. Bawumia has always done that and will do that as flag bearer of the NPP. For the various candidates contesting the flag bearership, ask, won't Ghana and the NPP be better off if instead of focusing your guns on Bawumia, you focus on holding the government accountable to show that you can lead the NPP in holding the NDC accountable? Won't Ghana and the NPP be better off if instead of focusing on attacking each other, we focus on selling a vision for the party and the country? Our true opponent is not within. Our true opponent is out there. We need unity to win. I promise you that just as you have known me to be, I would not do anything to bring division or conflict within the party. If there would be anyone to create problems in the NPP, it would not be Bawumia. My vision is to expand the Ghanaian economy through rich ideas that provide incentives and measures such as a flat tax system for individuals, corporations, and for import taxes, and an enabling environment for business to thrive and accelerate the pace of job creation for the youth of this country. A future Bawumia government would recognize and reward the sacrifices of our grassroots. Many have lost their jobs under the current government, and we will restore their appointments when we come to office in 2029. My vision is to introduce measures that reduce the cost of living for the average Ghanaian and support for the vulnerable. My vision is to adopt a constituency-based development and budgeting framework in which local people benefit the most and the well-being of the individual is enhanced. My vision is for a modern, digitalized economy that offers equal opportunities to all, including women, the physically challenged, and the grassroots, not just for the rich. My vision is for the credit system to be accessible to all Ghanaians, as it is the case in the advanced countries. My vision is to energize domestic production and job creation and lessen the fiscal burden by dedicating 3% of our GDP of expenditure currently undertaken by the public sector to the private sector, with procurement being done locally. My vision is to achieve all this, starting with a strong, disciplined, united, new patriotic party. All my life, this country and this party have given me so much. I feel an overwhelming sense of duty to give back. That is why I didn't hesitate to lay down my job at the Bank of Ghana to assist the NPP's quest for power in 2008. And indeed, I lost that gamble. That is why I did not hesitate to leave my job at the African Development Bank to help the NPP in 2012. That is why I didn't hesitate to take the box at the Supreme Court as the star witness in the 2013 to fight for the NPP. That is why I have never hesitated to defend this party, even at the risk of mockery by our opponents. That is why I did not hesitate to concede the 2024 elections to preserve Ghana's peace. You can be sure that with Mahamudu Bawumia as flag bearer, I shall not hesitate to put my all on the line for the NPP and for Ghana as I have done before. I implore you to join me on this journey to rebuild our party and to reposition this great tradition to deliver for Ghanaians from 2028. I am committed to doing this with you, the grassroots of the party, supported by the mighty minority of 88 MPs. Let's win. Let's win together. Let's win with Bawumia. Thank you for your attention. God bless you and God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Win with Bawumia.
In 2024, we came close to the goal, nearly 42%. I can 9 pet. That's all that's left. 9% more to take this party back to power. We are on the path to victory. What the NPP needs is a leader who has already built a strong electoral foundation, a leader with proven ideas that can positively impact the lives of millions, and a leader with an admirable character. No distractions, no experiments. The work is already in motion and the path is clearer than ever. With your support again, we won't just contest, we will win for the party and Ghana. Aka 9 pe. Let's finish what we have started. Win with Bawumia.